Ba weep grana weep ninny bong, Transformers fans. Sky-Byte here, and today we will be looking at the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Leader Class Shockwave. Now, in front of me, we have Siege Shockwave, a great figure, but not worth the $50 that I paid for it. I mean, sure, it's a great figure on its own, but I did not want to pay $50 for a great Shockwave figure and some extra plastic that I'm just going to throw to the side forever. But besides that, he's great, except for the battle damage. But I'm glad that the battle damage is just limited to his feet. And you can barely notice that, and I can just paint over that. But I do not like battle damage on these figures. If Hasbro wanted to do some more paint apps, just give them better paint apps. Don't give them battle damage. Give them more cartoon accurate colors, like silver where there needs to be silver, instead of wasting that silver on battle damage. But that's just my opinion, and you can have your own opinion. Because this is America, a free country. Now, onto the figure. This figure is gorgeous, aside from the extra plastic. But so very, very good as a figure. I love the two Decepticon insignias on his arms. And I love how instead of a toy-accurate red color. Wait, no, that was for Galactic Man. Never mind. Instead, wait, I just was about to say the same thing again. Blah, 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 blah. This is where my tongue stops working. Alright, let me start over. I love how his eye is yellow, like it was in the cartoon, instead of being red, like a lot of Decepticons' eyes were. And as a 360 shot, he is a pretty neat figure. Now, let's get on to articulation. Articulation on this guy is very ranged. You've got a ball joint at the foot, I think. Nope, it's just a swivel. So he's got ankle tilt. He's got a knee bend, a ratcheted knee bend at that, a thigh swivel, ratcheted hip, and outward movement at the hip. But the outward movement is not ratcheted, sadly. And then you've got a waist rotation. You've got head on a ball joint, but it's not where the base of the head is at a ball joint. It's actually at the base of the body, and where the neck meets the body is where the ball joint is. You can shrug, but that articulation is only due to transformation. He's got outward movement at the arms. He's got an bicep swivel. Upward movement at the arms. An elbow bend. And a wrist swivel. That's it for articulation. Now let's get on to transformation. Now, before I forget, I did forget that since this is a review, I have to show off all parts of the figure, including the parts that I don't like. And that means the extra plastic. I mean, I think it's cool how they tried to give him battle armor, but again, if you wanted to make a Shockwave toy that's worth $50, give us an actual leader class Shockwave toy. Now, the way that his armor bits contribute to his robot mode is that you can combine them into this little surfboard thing that he can ride on. He's got a port there and a peg there. And since I like to imagine all my Transformers are right limb dominant, he'll have his right leg leading. And there we go. Now, to armor him up, first you want to stand him up and straighten them out. Next, you take the board and you rip it apart. Now, how do these... Alright, now we're ready to go. To start off, you take this piece, and it's got a tab here and here. That'll go into slots on his backpack here and here. So you just close that up around his backpack. Sorry if I'm not getting any of this in frame. I'm still new to this whole reviewing thing. Next, you just flare these out, and there's his backpack done. Next, you take these little shoulder pieces, unpeg them, and rotate them and bend them at the pseudo elbow, I guess. And then there's a peg here that'll go into ports on his shoulders. And they just slide on. There. Now, last but not least, we come to his foot pads. To do that, all we need to do is plug it in to the same ports we would use if we were putting him in his surfer mode. And they're little, I guess, tabs, you'd call them, back here that fit into his heel that keep the foot pads from moving out of place. And now we straighten them out. And there we have Shockwave, all armored up. Now, to transform Shockwave, first you want to take off all of his armor bits. Next, what I like to start out with first are the arms and the upper torso. So, you want to crack open his chest, tuck his head in, and then you peg his chest back into his body using these pegs and these slots. Next, you take his backpack and unplug it, and it plugs in using these tabs and these slots. And you bring it down like so on this armature. Next, you open up the backpack, and you take the arms. You want to detach the hose from the body, or the arm, excuse me. You take the arms and you put them up like this, like so. Next, what I like to do is rotate his arms 180 degrees. And that's just my personal preference. I don't really have a good reason of doing it. I just like doing it. And you lay them into the little sort of L-shaped cavity on the backpack. So, and they'll rest there comfortably. Next, you fold up the backpack and peg it together. And there you got the upper body done. And then, well, actually, no, this is for the other mode. Next, you want to take the legs, take the outside of it, open it up, and rotate it out. Next, you want to rotate the lower legs 180 degrees. And then you accordion them up. And they will peg together. And then this peg will go into this slot on his belly. Alright, next we need the armor pieces. First, you want to fold these little fins up. Next, you want to take his backpack armor that was, well, what was initially his backpack armor, and fold out these little gun pieces. Next, you will peg it into the same pegs you did for his armored robot mode, but now there are little tabs here that'll go into slots on under his, well, his armpit, I guess. Come on. I can always get one in easily, but then there's the other one that wants to be difficult. Alright, I'm going to do this off camera. Alright, I got it in. Next, what you want to do is you take the arm pieces, and they will peg in they're using these pegs and these slots. It's a soft peg, but it stays together pretty well. And they will peg in using this peg and these ports. So line it up. Other one. Line it up. Alright. Next, you take the foot pads, and you can do the fins however you like. I like to put them vertically. No, this is vertical. Horizontally, my bad. And they will peg in using these two pegs and these two slots. Finally, you want to bring these two pieces together. They will just peg into each other, like so. And you will take this hose piece and peg it into the side of the tower. And there you have Shockwave in his battlecruiser mode. Now, similar to Refractor, I do not like the battleship modes, because honestly, it's not G1 accurate, and I don't like it. So, there. Now, let's go down to the real reason I got this figure, and its true transformation. But first, let's get all of this armor off of him. Alright, now that we got all of his armor off, now to go to his true alternate form. First, take the hose out of the side of the tower. That popped out. Next, fold these fins in, flip it upside down, and peg the hose into this port right here. And there you have, there you have Shockwave's laser gun mode. Now, this is what I expect from a Shockwave figure. Not only does it have a great robot mode, but it has a really awesome laser pistol mode. And again, I don't care for the spaceship mode. I like OG G1 modes and details and everything. So him turning into a laser pistol is just so awesome to me. You could go around going pew pew, pew pew, pew pew, and honestly, it's really fun to do so, because it fits in your hand very well, and honestly, I just love this figure. So, that has been my review for Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Shockwave. I hope you liked this review, and have a good day.